Welcome to another Digitel video training session. This particular session is about buddies list maintenance. First, let's review the benefits of the Zultys MXIE buddies list. One of the key benefits of the buddies list is seeing the current status of your other workmates or presence. Are they available, in a meeting, or on a call? And they're able to put optional notes to provide you with more details, such as back at 2:30 or out of the office until June 23rd. Also, using the buddies list, simply double-click any other entry on the buddies list to automatically dial them. Another benefit of the buddies list is being able to easily transfer calls by dragging an active call line over top of a buddy and releasing it to initiate a call to that person. By right-clicking on any of the buddies, you'll get a list of options including instant messaging, which allows quick, short conversations even if they're on the phone. For a full list of options available, simply right-click on the buddies list entry and see the menu of choices. Okay, so now let's see how to build and maintain a buddies list that is customized to your particular needs. For my demonstration, I'm going to start with no entries in my buddies list and show you how to add some. Each user on the phone system appears in the address book section automatically as they're added to the phone system. So I'm going to click on the address book icon to open up that section. This opens up the address book window. On the left side of the window, you will see the MXIE directory, which is where the full list of users appears. So simply click on that menu item to see the various users in the right column. From here, I can simply select users that I want on my buddies list and add them. In larger organizations, you may not need or want to have every user on the system in your personal buddies list, where in smaller organizations, you might as well just add everyone. They can be added one at a time by simply dragging them from the list over to the buddies entry on the left panel, or you can right-click on an entry for a menu of choices and click on the word buddy to add them. If you want to add more than one entry at a time, you can use the standard Microsoft key sequence where you press and hold the control key and then left-click on each name you want to add. Once you have picked all the names you want, you can release the control key and either drag the selection over to the buddies left in the left panel, or right-click on one of the selected entries and click buddy from the menu selection. Now you have added the desired names for your buddies list and can close the address book window. Now that you're back in the main MXIE window, you will see all of the buddies that you added. To delete any entry on the buddies list, simply right-click and then uncheck the buddy entry from the drop-down list. This deletes it from your personal buddies list, but not from the address book entry. So it's easy to go back and re-add any users that you may have deleted in there. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I'm going to give you a couple of tips to help organize your buddies list. This is not as important if you only have 5 to 10 entries, but if you have a lot more than that, you may want to create folders and then move users into the folders in order to keep your list smaller on your MXIE screen. Let me show you how that works. In my office, we have a courtesy phone at a reception area, a lunchroom phone, a boardroom phone, and a phone by our servers. I consider these convenience phones, so I'm going to create a group folder called Convenience. I do this by right-clicking in an empty space in the buddies list and select Create a Group. You'll see a highlighted entry called New Group, and I'm going to replace that name by typing Convenience and pressing Enter. To add members to this group folder, I simply left-click on anybody and drag it up to the folder. Notice that the buddy no longer appears in the main buddies list. Also, I can now close the folder and I don't have to look at this list until I need it. Again, for larger buddy lists, think about a folder for every job type: sales, technical, admin, etc. The goal here would be to keep the individuals that you work with regularly in the main part of the list so that you can see their status at all times. Finally, I want to mention that your buddies list can also be used to add entries for frequently called phone numbers. If you have a lot of numbers, You may want to create a group folder called speed dial numbers and then add the various speed dial entries to that. To add a new entry, again, you right-click in the empty space inside the buddies list. Now this time you create a new entry. A new pop-up window opens and you can fill in the details. However, all that you really need is a descriptive name and a corresponding phone number. One entry that I use here is my own personal cell phone number. With that entry on my buddies list, I can take a live call in MXIE and drag it over to my cell phone entry to transfer the call over to my cell phone. I now hang up my desk set, grab my cell, and head out from my desk without having to interrupt the call. Each user on the system can customize their individual buddies list using the methods I have just shown you. Now it's time for you to put your personal touch on your MXIE software. This concludes the Digitel video training session on MXIE's buddy list management. Thank you for your time.